Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It was my privilege to spend 2 months in Gaza during the war in the last year. I chose to go to Gaza at a time where 10 children were losing one or more limbs every single day. And between 10 and 15 children suffer life-altering injuries every day. And they are the lucky ones because they survive. In the terrible ordeal of the past 15 months, between 60 and 70% of all dead have been women and children. Not that the death of any man is justified. The death of no innocent person under these circumstances is ever justified. I entered Gaza to go to the middle area in April, 2 days after my hospital, Al-Aqsa Hospital, had been bombed, and the day after the horrific deaths of the World Central Kitchen humanitarians. I'll tell you what I saw. In a hospital which normally had 150 inpatients, there were nearly 1,000 people that were stretched out on the floor, in stairwells, anywhere that they could find space. And in and around the hospital, there were 3,000 people that were sheltering for fear of their lives. We did not have very much surgical equipment at all. I have performed operations under sedation that I would not normally dream of performing without a general anesthetic. My colleagues have amputated the limbs of people, of children, without any anesthetic. Despite the ruins, even at that time, despite the destruction, I saw the beauty in Gaza, because you can tear down any building that you like, but what survived and what thrived was the love and the warmth of the Palestinian people. And I left with so much more than I had been able to give. The difference, however, is that before I went to Palestine, and that was my first ever trip, I was angry, I was horrified, I was upset with what I was seeing on the news. But after entering Palestine, you grow so close to the people there that you start fretting for the individuals that you leave behind, and you leave them behind with so much uncertainty, not knowing when you will see them or if you will see them. Because of the reported deaths may well be over 47,000. But those deaths do not include those people that have died of starvation. They do not include those people that have died of infections because there are no antibiotics, because they are starving, because they no longer have the reserve to be able to fight sickness illnesses. They do not include the maternal deaths, the women who have died giving birth because of lack of antenatal care. And the injuries do not include those injuries, those children that have been born with congenital deformities, those babies that have been born premature and will suffer the lifelong consequences because of complete destruction of healthcare around them. So when I chose to go back in October of last year, I was horrified to see that the people I had left behind, those that came to receive me, were now completely emaciated. It didn't matter how much they had or did not have before the war. Everybody was on the same level, and everybody is left with nothing except the utmost faith, the utmost positivity, and an incredible amount of love and warmth. I have never encountered hate within Palestine. Not in one moment, not in one utterance. I have only ever seen love, positivity, optimism and hope, despite the hell that has befallen them for decades. People said to me at the time during the war that they wish that they had had the opportunity to go, they wish they worked in healthcare, they wish that there was something that they could have done. This is all of our opportunity now. Whatever your role is, whatever your skills are, you all have something that you can take to Palestine. Whether it is to help clean the streets, to teach the children. Remember, there are no schools left, there are no universities left, there are very few hospitals that are standing. People still do not have enough to eat, disease is still rife. The majority of the population has been infected with hepatitis A. This is an opportunity not just for damage control, but to help rebuild. And I hope that we get to see a lasting solution. I pray that we get to see the freedom of Palestine in the coming years, and I hope that we all take the opportunity to do what we can to help them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.